Hello and welcome back to Luke-N-SHAE'S place. So glad you could stop by. I have a great video lined up for you guys, but before I begin, if you haven't already, go ahead and click that like button. Also, share what you're seeing. If you like the content that Luke and I are putting out here, share it. That helps grow our platform. And also comment, put a heart down in the comment section, or you can just comment and we'll reply. And don't forget to subscribe. It's 100% free. Click that notification so that you get that notification bell, so that you get notified when Luke and I will be posting. So the video discussion I have lined up for you guys, and I hope you're wearing your smile out here, but wanted to talk about a trending topic that seems to be going on. It's been going on for a while, but people are still talking about it. Struggle love. And some of you might ask, well, what is struggle love? Well, this video is going to dive into that. You have different talking points. You have different people who are discussing their views on if they would get into a relationship and endure that struggle love. And we're going to see what they have to say. But before that, I want to just, for those who haven't heard or don't know what struggle love is, just to give you a quick snippet of what it is. And just for my past experience. So for struggle love, that's not saying when you are in a relationship and you put time, maybe years in a relationship, and there's unpredictable things that happen in a relationship and you have to pick up the pieces together. That's the key, together, because you're in that relationship together. So yeah, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna put my all into it. We're gonna build this empire. We're gonna be able to look back and say, you know what, wow, that happened, but this is where we are today. And you know you have that person, your person, when they're gonna stick that out with you, and you're going to do the darn thing together. But what the struggle love is, and what that basically is I believe they took away the term red flags and replaced it with struggle love. Instead of keeping the red flags there, because I feel like that's the beginning of the relationship. When you see the red flags, in the beginning of the relationship and you go full speed ahead and you just go past all those red flags, especially when it comes to finances and the person's struggle that way, that's what we're talking about. And so just with me, I've done it because you're falling for a person, you're connecting with them. And we are in times where social media and online dating is just took off by storm. A lot of people meet that way. And when you're meeting and talking to someone, getting to know them, you should be laying bare the stuff that you have, the baggage, the things like that. So because you should be giving that person an opportunity to say yes or no. Okay, if I'm going to choose it, I choose to be in this relationship. Give that person the opportunity to agree to be in that relationship or not. But you have some people who will withhold things and they won't tell you, hey, I had these issues with my past relationship, or, you know, I don't have any money. I'm broke. I mean, I do have a great job, but all of it's being paid to that. Somebody needs to know that. That's important, because a lot of us are out here. A lot of people are out here. And when I was dating with a purpose, because I eventually wanted to be married. I don't want to date to just date. I want to date with a purpose. So with that being said, when you have a person who is going through something that's important, just like with me, okay, well, I'm coming into this relationship. I have children. Oh, children from a past relationship. This is the situation with that. This is the situation with their father, my ex. This, you know, I'm going to say those things so that way you can be like, you know, all right, it sounds like yes for me, or it sounds like no for me. Give the person that option. But with the struggle love, what I'm finding, and I'm seeing just through different conversations that I've seen and I've been looking at people talk about, it's like for women that look like me, I know I've been told this by an actual friend of mine, where he told me, you know, women, you are supposed to go into a relationship. If he's having financial issues, that's why you're the helpmate. You're supposed to get into that relationship and be his helpmate, be by his side. And that's not what my parents taught me. My parents did not tell me when a man comes to find me as his wife, he's going to have all these issues. I'm not saying he's not going to have some things going on. Listen, we're human. But he should already come with the stamp where I can see him as being a protector and a provider. Not, I'm supposed to build him up like Lego blocks. I'm supposed to build him up. I'm supposed to get into that relationship and build that man up, because that's what I'm being told. Oh, you're supposed to help him. Helping him is one thing, but him coming to me not already being able to protect and provide. I'm going on a date with you, and I'm coming back to your place and your lights are off. Because when we're dating, we both have our separate places. If I'm coming to you, your electric, everything is off, and I'm just like, wait a minute, what's going on? If I'm seeing that you can't be responsible by yourself while we're in separate houses, now we come together, I'm taking a chance, like, okay, I know that that's a strong point. I can pay bills and make sure that our bills are paid. But if I see that you're careless with yours before we even get together, that sounds like a recipe for disaster getting into the relationship. And trust me, it can be. And another thing about that, where you're telling women, oh, you're supposed to do that. I get with this person and I do what you're saying, build him up like Legos, and I've done that, trust me. And then I start to see that this person, once he's getting established and you done got him nice outfits, and listen, I'm filling up your budget. I'm doing all the things that I'm thinking I'm supposed to be doing as a woman, and I'm coming to you already knowing how to do dishes. I don't have to ask you, hey, how do you wash dishes? How do you cook? I'm coming to you with wifely, with my stuff in order when it comes to a wife. You can look at the stamp on my forehead. Okay, she's wife material. I'm not coming to you asking me to show me how to do X, Y, and Z, because my parents taught me how to be a wife. So when I see that you're coming to me like that, and I'm taking a chance, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to pray on it. And I'm not saying prayer doesn't change things. I'm not saying that. But when you have a person who's not willing to grow up and be responsible, now you're stuck with that person, and they're not going to tell you that. They're going to say, oh yeah, I'm working on me, my past relationship sucked, but I'm working on me, whatever. So you being in love with the person, okay, well, and now all of a sudden, okay, you're getting called, oh man, I need money for this, I need money. And I'm not saying women, it's just men, it's women too. Can you pay my rent? He's just getting in a relationship, and all of a sudden all these financial issues. How is that fair? Stuff like that used to be looked at as red flags. But now, when people like myself and other people have experienced this, where you're taken for a ride, you're getting to those relationships and you're pouring out what you consider love. I'm pouring out my resources because I love this person. But if they're taking advantage of that, and I'm seeing you talk to other people, it's like you're there for a season and a reason, because they needed you for their come up. And once they get that come up, they're already looking to be in a relationship with somebody else. So you're not even the person that they wanted. They just needed your resources. So you have to be careful with that. That's what the struggle love is from the gate. And I don't know how many people, especially with the online dating, there's scammers out there, right? There's scammers. You get online, and I've heard so many people that have gone through this. They think they're talking to somebody, and they're like, wow, getting to know the person. And within the first couple weeks, all of a sudden a major life event happens, and they're like, man, I just came home, my house was robbed, and it'd be crazy stuff. It was flooded, and I'm going to need to stay in a hotel for the next 2 weeks. Do you have $1,200 that I could buy? Just crazy amounts. And there's people that do it. They will send it. They will, just a crazy life event happens within the first few weeks. And I'm not saying some people might not have that happen, but these are the things that we're talking about. All of a sudden, you're trying to find love and start a relationship, get to know a person, and that person is always financially in need of help somehow. And you're just like, dang it, what am I even in this for? Because I feel like I'm just your bank. So you have to be careful, especially men too, not just the women, but are you willing to be in the relationship from the gate already struggling? Because imagine when you merge together, if you guys decide to get married or whatever, what's that going to be like? If that's how it was in your dating period, how's it going to be when you actually walk down the aisle? Is this going to be a constant struggle? Are you willing to do that struggle love? Okay, and maybe you're not even the choice that person wanted, but let's hear what other people are saying. I'm curious to see what others have to say about this, and let's take a look at that. Let's see what people are saying about their experiences, or if they would even want to experience struggle love. Let's see. All right.
People be like, if you don't want me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best. No, I don't want you at your worst. I just met you. Like, you trying to get me to accept this struggle type love. No, I deserve better than that. I ain't introducing you to my worst at the same time. I'm giving you my best. Here's the thing, man. I ain't trying to struggle with this love in the beginning. It's different if you have built equity inside this relationship. If you come already prepared and years down the line, you fall down and you need my help to get back up. Or you need that loyalty you've earned, or my understanding, or my unconditional love. I just met you and you got the audacity to force me or guilt trip me into accepting you at your worst. Don't you think I deserve the best? At least the best version of you in the beginning? Oh, you want me to settle, and I ain't gonna do that. All right? Step to me correct, or don't step at all. And lady, that's what y'all need to say.
If you are a woman over 30 who is single and searching, and you have accomplished your very own home, car, career all by yourself, it is very important that the man that you meet or the man that you entertain also have accomplished his own home, car, career all by himself. Stop dating broke men. Stop dating struggling men. Stop dating men at their lowest. Stop feeling pity for men who can't provide for themselves. Remember, men don't look back after finding themselves. So stop and date on your level. However, you do you, for those of you that disagree. But remember, men don't look back after finding themselves. Oftentimes, they resent you for that handout. Remember, I told you. Take notes.
And for some reason in the Black community and in the Black culture, there's this storyline that, as a Black woman and you want to date a Black man, that you need to hold him down, or you need to, build him up, or he may not have it yet, but stick beside him until he gets there. Why? Because these other cultures, the people, they don't do that. You need to already have it established when you come to date, when you want to get married, when you do all that stuff. They're not sticking beside nobody. No, I don't know why as Black women, they're like, you gotta help him. Why do I have to help him? He's a grown man. You have to help yourself. You have to help yourself. Now, that's not saying that when we do get in an established relationship or marriage that I'm not going to support my man. Of course I am. We in this together. But before that, you have to figure it out.
There's not a man in this world that's going to be able to convince me that I'm asking for too much. I'm just not going for it. See, I understand that y'all have created this narrative that Black women only deserve the bare minimum, or we should be okay with just accepting struggle love just to say we have somebody. But I won't be one of those Black women. And Black women, we need to stop settling, because majority of us deserve way more than what we have been receiving. See, I grew up around providers, so I know what it looks like. I know what it looks like, and I know what it feels like to have a man pour into you and love you properly and protect you. I get it every day from my brothers. I know exactly what it's supposed to be. So for a man to come along and convince me and try to persuade me to only accept the bare minimum, I'm not doing it. And understand this, that if he wanted to, he absolutely would. You should never have to try to prove yourself, prove your love, show your worth to a man, because if that man is for you, he's going to see it without you jumping through so many hurdles just to get him to love you properly. We got to stop settling.
We're the only group. Not even our men are expected to do this. We are the only group that have to get in a relationship and prove our love by being drugged in the mud forever. We are the only group. We have basically been groomed to go through the fire, to the limit, to the wall, through the limit, to the wall, for a chance to be with you. I'll gladly risk it all. Do that sound familiar?
I think it's something that has been conditioned, but I think it is now taking a turn from that. So I think it's something that was a norm. Look at our movies, right? We got Baby Boy. That's an example of struggle love. They want you to stick with it, stay in it, no matter how hard, no matter how much you cheat, right? I'm a ride or die. And it's something that's embedded deep within, right? How many of us seen our grandparents in situations that weren't conducive or they shouldn't have been in, but because they were married or because that's what we were taught from, whether it's religion, staying married, or just the old way of doing things, no matter what your grandfather did, 13 kids, or you know what I mean? You stayed.
I'm not going through a tumultuous love.
Struggle love.
I'm not struggle love.
Off that bus.
I don't have it, baby. That was for my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
I did a struggle love before, and it was cute for what it was, a little Hallmark movie. Hallmark movie. But now, no, baby, you're not gonna catch my love life on Tubi. It's not giving low budget
quality.
Like, I'm not doing this. It's not giving low budget
At all.
baby. This is giving Disney fairy tale.
Come on.
Okay, God is gonna be the author of my love story, please. No, well, like, seriously, I just, baby, I
don't feel like it.
A gentle, honorable,
romantic,
spicy. No, I really do want that, and it's just not giving low budget. It's not giving lower standard. It's not giving any of that.
We're programmed to endure struggle love because it benefits men. It benefits men. Men know what they are going to do to you before they do it to you. They know they're going to cheat. They know they're going to lie. They know they're going to steal. They know they're going to disrespect you. They know it. And they're essentially preparing you for what you're going to experience when you're in a relationship with them. They're preparing you for war, like a sergeant preparing his soldiers to go to war. And a lot of y'all fall for it. Women have been brainwashed into believing that struggle love is the only kind of love. That there are just certain things you have to endure as a woman in a relationship with a man. There are certain things and behaviors you have to tolerate. And that couldn't be further from the truth. The women in our lives also tell us this. Oh, well, there's just some things you have to put up with. Oh, there's just some things you have to deal with. We have to recognize that men are the only ones that benefit from struggle love. Women do not benefit from struggle love. Men do. Because women are told to endure. Women are taught to endure. Our entire lives we're told to endure. Grit and bear it. Oh, he's just a boy. Oh, he just likes you. It's fine. I've seen men say, oh, my grandmother didn't, and she didn't complain.
Your grandmother was a child bride. She got married off at 15 to a 30-year-old man. She didn't have much of a say. Men are preparing you for war. They're preparing you for what they're going to put you through. And y'all get online every day, kiki about what your boyfriends have done, about what your husbands have done. And it's not funny. It's concerning. Oh, every time he gets out of the shower, he wipes his sweaty armpits on your bathrobe? You had morning sickness and he handed you a doggy bowl? You were in the hospital giving birth and he was playing Call of Duty on his phone. Okay. And then these women get online crying, upset. You saw this coming. The indicators were there. The flashing red lights were there. He abandoned you in the woods on a hiking trip because you upset him? That's crazy. If you are preparing yourself to be in a relationship with a man, also prepare yourself to leave him.
And the worst part about struggle love is that when it eventually ends, the person who they go to next will be treated like an egg, a raw egg that could never touch the ground so delicately when they treated you like a stone. There is no prize for it. I have yet in my life to see somebody who ended up winning mentally, emotionally, relationally by deciding to be the toughest warrior in a relationship.
At the end of the day, the choice is yours. The relationships that you're in, that's your choice. If you can find love and if you're okay with putting those pieces together, that puzzle, building that Lego of a person to hopefully stay with you, that was just my biggest concern again, where you're putting all that time and you're putting everything, your resources into that person, the relationship, and it backfires. And while you're doing all that, what a slap in the face for someone to be looking for someone else, to be trying to start relationships with other people. And I have to question that. Like, so if somebody was able to take you on, take your offer and dating them, you would have basically left me, right? That person would have left, or those people would have left, if you think about that. Because sometimes what's done in the dark will come to light. They might not know you're saying, oh, wow, what's this? Who's this? Constantly on the phone, chatting it up, and you're just throwing out your resources. I got you. You know, it's the fake post that this is my ride or die person. And they're just jabbing you deeper and deeper, waiting for the moment that they can pounce on the person that they really want. But that's not saying that all people are like that and everyone out here is doing that. But there's a lot of that going on, and it's not just women doing it. So let's just make that clear, that somebody who is a finesser, a user, and people who are out here using people are not, there's no face to that. Okay, that comes in all colors, genders, that doesn't matter. So just be careful. Don't mistake someone. Don't let people get into your ear and mistake what they're telling you. Oh, you know, women, you're supposed to get into this relationship. That comes from people. And I just listening to the people in this video, some people want you to endure hardships and all that, but who are they to tell you what you have to endure in a relationship in the beginning? It's not like that person's your husband or that person's your wife and you know you're staying by their side. I've seen people get left because they got sick in relationships. People leave for all different kinds of reasons, and sometimes you're just as good to them until you're not good to them. Sometimes you're only good until you're not good. Go ahead and get injured. That's when you start to see if people will really stay around. When you start having an injury or you start getting sick, are they going to still be around? I see it happen all the time where people just, I can't take it. They just up and leave. It's not for everybody. And that could even be after they said I do, for better or worse. And sometimes when it starts to get worse, people will start to back away. But should it be worse in the beginning of your relationship, at a time when you're getting to know each other, at a time where you're loving on that person? And you should be doing that throughout the whole relationship. But this is new to me. It's new to you. Should there already be all these struggles in the beginning because of something that happened in your past relationship? Now I'm taking on everything from your past relationship, and I'm supposed to build from this with you. Yeah. I don't know. But I would like to hear and see what you have to say. Go ahead and comment. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead and share it. Click that like button if you haven't already. And here at LUKE-N-SHAE'S Place, we want you to know that your mental health is important. A positive mentality is a